Kidnapped, walking the scene with you in old flicks from the 90s. So keen, the VHS Club, they're the talk of the town. Breaking it down, spreading nostalgia all around. Moving and grooving to the synth-pop sound. Their insight so fresh, painting pictures profound. From Pulp Fiction to Clueless, they know it all. The genuine love for movies stands tall. Unfolding memories on that VHS screen, talking about classics like you've never seen. Katie with her charm, Matt with that wit. Together they make the VHS Club legit.
Welcome back to the VHS Club. Happy Thursday. Happy martial arts karate movie day. I'm so excited. I was saying to Jonathan before he jumped on, thank you so much, because this was the vibe that I needed this evening. So I'm really looking forward to this one. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. It's just one of my favorite movies of all time, and so excited we can talk about it.
I love it. I love it. Nat,
It was a fun watch. Really, really fun.
It was a fun watch. Nat, I cheated, so I was like, oh, this will be really fun to like find in our poorly explained movies game and see what it says. And it wasn't there. And then I was really distraught because it really belongs there. So I ChatGPT'd it and it describes it. And I'm going to compare against what you would say, Nat, and you, Jonathan.
Okay.
It describes it I asked it to give me a poorly explained one-liner of what this movie is about. And it said, a Harlem teenager learns kung fu so he can stop a glowing guy from stealing his girlfriend and everyone's dignity. And I was like, I don't know.
That's actually pretty accurate.
Close.
That's not poorly explained. I think that's spot on.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Anyone have a better explanation of this movie?
Added music videos.
Oh yeah. It does feel
lots of music dance breaks.
Yeah, it does feel very much like a martial arts movie meets a like slapstick comedy meets like an MTV music video or a series of
like
MTV
girls just
music
want to
videos.
have fun.
Yeah.
Remember the Sarah Jessica Parker girls just want to have fun, where she wants to go on dance TV?
Yes,
and they rate and dance to music videos. That's what that was.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about it, like Berry Gordy produced it, and he's the founder of Motown. So he, of course, is going to use every single possible. If he's going to finance and produce the movie, you know he's going to throw in his own bands and stuff like that to sell more soundtracks.
True.
Which was fantastic. The soundtrack was amazing.
Yeah, well done. The soundtrack, again, is like a character in this movie. So, yeah, absolutely. Well, no notes. Sorry to steal that from you, Nat. We need to jump then into the next question, which is, so what about this movie, Jonathan? As is the rule here, we let anyone who joins pick whatever movie they want to review. We even redo movies if people want to redo them. So this was your pick. What about this is the reason why you've seen it 50 plus times and we're like, yes, this is the one?
Yeah, I think we talked a little bit about it before, but I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. And it was literally filmed at a time when I was 13, 14 or something years old. So everyone my age in the city, it was the time of breakdancing. It was the time of hip hop. It was the time of martial arts movies. This one just happened to combine them all together. And for me, it was just kind of my childhood encapsulated.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was fantastic.
It has that vibe. How about you, Nat? You've seen everything. So you were saying you weren't sure though for this one whether or not you had actually seen
Yeah,
this.
I'm pretty sure I have. My brother and I went on this big Bruce Lee marathon once upon a time ago, and I'm pretty sure that we saw this in it, like in that, because it was inspired by, you know.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved the dancing, the music, the martial arts. I mean, everybody was in martial arts in the 80s and early 90s. It was like bigger than baseball. You know, it was like everybody did martial arts. We had a dojo down the street. Like, so it was fun. It was a good watch for that.
Yeah,
And I also got to
everyone.
say, I mean, soundtrack aside, Rhythm of the Night is, I mean,
Such a good song.
it's such a good, Diane
So
Warren wrote
good.
that song, but I don't think it gets any happier. I don't think you can listen to that song scientifically and not be happy. I just think it's so great.
Yeah.
It is absolutely so true. And I think that there's like something that made me immediately nostalgic about this for just like these like very 80s shared experiences. So there's like the movie theater scene where they're all just like thoroughly enjoying this like community over the top crazy movie theater experience. And then there's like all of those like dance scenes, which as you said, Nat, like totally took me back to Girls Just Want to Have Fun. There's like remnants of Streets of Fire in this somehow. Like it just kind of has this like
Kind
over
of
the top.
warriors
Yeah, little warriors like
with the
it's
costumes.
Totally.
totally
The costuming was wild.
Yeah.
I'm like, who were these people in the 80s walking around like this in real life? Nobody. It was just so over the top. I loved it.
Nobody. Well, Josh, get ready because Jonathan, let's see your shirt.
Yep, I'm representing.
Nice.
He's in. Yeah, I know. I didn't have a shirt on theme, but I do have my Star Wars shirt, so I was all in. Nat usually always dresses up, so I was like, I can do my part. I can try a little bit. And Other Paul is saying that their favorite is probably Karate Kid, but not for the martial arts. It's just a great movie. I know. Yeah, the Karate Kid movies hold up, and there's something I think about this era, as you were saying, Nat, like not just the like the martial arts of it all, and just like the incredible everything that was Bruce Lee, but I think also like I don't know, like a renewed interest in like the culture too. Like I feel like Karate Kid did a particularly good job of making it just be like seem so like counter to like Rambo. Countered, like there's this sort of like peaceful, this movie actually does a pretty good job of it, but like there's like this peaceful control and respect and like live and let live. Like it takes literally the entire movie of everyone shoving Leroy to the ground before he fights back. And there is something I think admirable to that, and was swept up in this time of just like the level of control and of not necessarily like needing to be this like over, I don't know. It's very opposed in some way to Terminator or to like Rambo or one of those movies, a shoot 'em up movie.
That's one thing Sho'nuff didn't understand at the beginning when they have like this unwarranted face-off in Leroy's dojo, and Sho'nuff is like, bow to me, and he's not fighting him because he's teaching his students. It's a teaching moment for Leroy to teach his students that you're not supposed to use your skill unless you need to, and that there's respect and dignity and peacefulness, and like there's other ways to fight. Anyways, it was a teaching moment, and Sho'nuff just didn't get it. Just made him more angry.
Well, it's also very much like Karate Kid in this. There's almost like light side and the dark side of the force, right?
Yeah.
Dark side is just use it for power and aggression, and the light side is use it for self-improvement and peace and stuff like that. So yeah, it's totally fair. And this, unlike the Terminator, you're trying to train to do like what Daniel's saying, Karate Kid trains so you don't have to fight.
Yeah, exactly. And I think there is like a lot of that kind of dialogue in this movie as well. So it is that
Yeah, it
that
respects
whole vibe.
the art form.
Yeah. Yeah. I do want to know, and maybe granted, I was watching it while running kids back and forth to places. So I had to pause a number of times. So maybe I missed it, or maybe it's just how awesome this movie is. But is there any reason like Sho'nuff appears out of nowhere in the most iconic entrance of all time? Like there's this like crowded movie theater. It's like epic 80s craziness where people are just like talking at the movie and each other, and there's like great costuming
Participating
and
with
it's,
the
yeah, it's
movie.
like, it's almost like a Rocky Horror level like epicness. And he just like
They're
walks
breakdancing.
in. Yeah, they're breakdancing. He walks in with like the best crew ever. They like martial arts, but like again, MTV dancer vibes. Like they're phenomenal. But he's just like immediately angry like at Leroy. And there's never from that moment on any kind of explanation, at least that I caught, as to why. Like why is he the bad guy? Like why is he so upset? Why does he want to fight? Like is it just a power thing, do you think? Or maybe I'm just reading way too much into it and he's just fabulous in his evilness. But
I mean, I think from what I've seen, it sounds like there's a certain legend about Leroy catching bullets with his teeth and doing all these things, but he stays kind of out of the limelight. And I guess at some point, Sho'nuff just wants to prove that he is the baddest mofo low down around this side of town. And so I just think he's like, look, there's this legend of this guy. I'm better than he is, so I'm going to fight him to prove it.
yeah.
Yeah, in the theaters, I think when he bursts into the theater, he says, "There's nobody better than me," and somebody's like, "Leroy is."
That is true.
I think
that
that
The
was
little
it.
kid. The little kid.
The little
Yeah.
kid, yeah.
It's just like somebody said Leroy was better, so Sho'nuff is like snapped. He's
Totally.
like, "I've got to fight this kid."
I've got it.
He
Yeah,
was
I've
like
got to
half
do
my
it.
age. Whatever.
Yeah, he is hands down, I think, one of the most, I don't know, unforgettable movie villains, certainly of the 80s. I can't think of like there are a lot of them. There are a lot of incredible movie villains.
There's Sho'nuff, Maleficent.
Yeah, I was gonna-
Darth Vader. That's the
Darth
three of them.
Vader,
Yeah.
there you go.
Like,
Yeah, it
that's
was
it.
like, I
That's
don't
the three.
know. He's pretty fabulous in it. And then just disappears for like a good portion of the movie as well. Like, cause there's another bad guy in this. So like there's who also, I don't totally understand his purpose. Like I was trying to explain this to my 14-year-old who literally only came in the last 15 epic minutes of this movie, like caught the best part of this movie. But he was like,
Just a fight scene.
his questions, what is this movie? What is happening? And then he was like, who is that guy? And pointed to the non-Sho'nuff bad guy, whose name I can't even remember. And he was like, I was like,
Eddie
well,
White guy.
Eddie Arcadian.
Eddie Arcadia.
Right.
And unpopular, uncool white guy. And he was, but his like motivation is like, I'm like, well, that's a guy. And he really, really wants his music video to be played on the local access TV music video station. And and that lady who he kidnapped wouldn't let him. So he kidnapped her. And he was like,
She's just
what?
the host of the show.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Nope, that's right. That's don't think any harder than that. That's exactly
He was
what
like,
it was.
well, but then who's that guy? I was like, that's Sho'nuff. And he was like, okay, okay, got it. Like that was all.
I
that
love
was
how-
the extent of the explanation.
At the end, this guy snapped so much that he takes over the station, has a whole bunch of goons like fighting Leroy's dojo of children, by the way. and the thing is, like, the music video he wanted aired was his girlfriend, who at this point in the movie has left him.
Yeah.
Correct. Correct.
She went home. She's not even in the same city anymore. She's just like, so it's like, even if the video got played, it's not gonna really get him anything.
It was a power thing.
Yeah,
It was a power thing. She's also fabulous. Like again, like these movies, I feel like, and there have been a bunch of them we've done recently, but there are these movies where like everyone in the movie, even the most minor of characters, is still fantastic. And she is one of those characters where she's like almost irrelevant to the storyline, like one step above irrelevant to the storyline, and yet fabulous. Like she's got the like little tiny teeny Betty Boop voice and she's like super cute. She's not a bad singer. Her video is like, I don't know, other than being like scandalous and ridiculous, could sell fine in the 80s.
Yeah, it's Cyndi Lauper.
She's
Her
Cyndi
name is
Lauper.
Faith. Her name is Faith Prince, and she actually is a Tony Award-winning actress.
I'm not surprised. Like she plays it so
I've heard
well.
her. I remember her voice. Like looking at her, I couldn't place
Yeah.
her, but I remember her voice. So, and I don't even know from what, but I'm like, I know that voice.
She won for Guys and Dolls on Broadway for the
Oh,
revival
of
of Guys
course.
and Dolls
That
on Broadway.
makes
So she's,
sense.
I mean, yeah, we can talk about it as well. But there are some. I don't know if you caught all the cameos in here, but there are some fairly famous people in
Big
the movie.
names.
Big
yeah.
names.
It was
Yeah.
like, it was pretty shocking. I was like, wow, I love the casting.
Yeah, and again, like all the way, like from even the like youngest kid up into like the major characters. Like, I mean, it is pretty impressive. I'm trying to scroll here through to find his name, but the actor that plays Leroy, he
Taimak.
like, go ahead.
Taimak. One word name, like
Okay.
Cher. Taimak.
Oh,
Yeah.
Taimak, I see it here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was a
Yeah.
big martial artist.
yeah, he
like,
was a martial artist. This was his first ever
also an
acting role.
actor and
Yeah.
model, but like actually he was big in the martial arts circuit.
But this was his
Totally.
first movie. He was 19 years old. And like, he's just so sincere. Like, you can't, he's like the weirdest dude ever, but you cannot help but like him. Like, you're like, oh, he's just so likable and so like, again, with like weird 80s-ness. I love the scene with him and his family around the table because there's this like, like you have like the like stereotypical obnoxious, loud-spoken younger brother, and then you have like the parents who are just like, we're all doing our best, everyone is equal. Like, they're just so pure in how like it's like they're just all helping out in the family business and having a good time, eating breakfast together with their TV in their tiny kitchen, and like not at all acknowledging that like their son is just like straight up a monk, basically, who does martial, and their other son is like a loud
Like, he's
mouth.
changed.
Yeah.
He took some martial arts course, has changed
His whole
his
identity.
lifestyle, his accent, the
Yeah.
way he speaks,
Yeah.
like everything about him.
Everything, and they're
Eats
just like,
popcorn with chopsticks.
yeah.
Yeah. I love the little brother's like, you're too weird, man. Like, you can't come with me places. And I was like, that is so real. Like, because it is pretty strange and eccentric. Like, why did he change his accent?
That's
It's
it's
hilarious.
it's amazing.
And also, I'm like, why is he dressed like that?
I
He's
know.
walking
Yeah.
around New York, like Harlem or whatever.
That's what my wife said. She's like, why is he wearing that? I'm
It
like,
looks like he's working in a rice
Yeah,
field.
he's
And I'm
wearing,
like,
the rice
why?
paddy hats.
Why?
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah.
It was pretty eccentric.
It's pretty fabulous. Paul is saying that as a throwback to what we said, Faith Prince did her own singing, which is not surprising and phenomenal. Again, I would listen to that album. I thought it was a good album. And Josh is saying weird 80s-ness. Yeah, I'm creating new terms. All of the 80s were weird, but this is like it's like a cozy weirdness. It's the best kind of weirdness. Inclusive.
Such
It's
a good
inclusive
encapsulation.
weirdness. That's my.
it's super inclusive.
super
It is
inclusive,
super
yeah.
inclusive.
Yeah.
Like every group is diverse, and there's always everyone's represented. It's kind of nice. It's almost like I wish it was like that in real life.
Yeah. Yeah. It's it has that level for sure. I think it's pretty great. This movie was shot in 44 days, which again is
That's
it's becoming
fast.
like less surprising. I have to admit that
Yeah.
a lot of these movies like are shot really, really quickly. The fact that I thought was really interesting in research is so it had a budget of $10 million, which is much larger than I would have guessed for 1985, but it made $33 million at the box office. So it is interesting because again, with kind of our research on cult classics, like this one is absolutely considered to be a cult classic, but it did well in the box office. Like it made back its money and did well. So it is kind
I
of
think
interesting.
big draw to this was that it reverses the Hollywood stereotype of an all-white cast by
Yes.
making it an all-black cast,
Yeah.
which was pretty awesome. And it's funny, like watching it, it doesn't make a difference other than the fact that the movie itself makes a difference, but
Yeah.
like watching it doesn't change the story like with who they cast, and it's a big problem in Hollywood. So
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons this movie I think became so instantly iconic, was because of how they made it.
Yeah. Yeah, which is funny that even this much farther along in history, like we are still
It's still a problem.
well, it's still a problem, and that is horrifying and unfortunate across the board. But it's also like still something that they are trying to do in Hollywood. Like I even think about like Bridgerton being an example of like, well, these according to history would be traditionally white, like should be white actors because they're in like
It
Regency
takes place in a
England.
fictional time period.
And they just like did not do that in the show, which I think is great. So I think it's funny that often we're like, oh, we're I mean, we don't ever think this necessarily, but there's discussion on like how far along we are in some of these things, and yet the 80s had it a lot more together than we do in many cases. Like we're much more better, I think, in many cases with diversity and with pushing the boundaries and with inclusivity. They certainly made mistakes, of course, but yeah, this is it's an interesting one. And you did point out a good point before we jumped on though, Nat, that like it is difficult because this one in the same way is like not like pushes the boundaries and talks about like race and kind of switches everything up in a really awesome way, but then does feel a little bit, not a little bit, does feel
play on a lot of Asian stereotypes.
Yeah, Asian stereotypes in a way that feels not great.
Have been expressed, especially in recent years, to be very racist.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a product of the time, which is unfortunate. And it wasn't meant to be that. It was completely meant to be like to honor Bruce Lee and this type of movies that he made, you know?
I think a lot of the references, and there are so many like little New York and Hollywood Easter eggs, like Some Dumb Goy is the name of the Chinese fortune cookie. Some Dumb Goy is a goy in Yiddish is a non-Jewish person. So so like little things like that, which are kind of funny, but also can be offensive, like tongue-in-cheek wise. It probably played well in the 80s. It doesn't play as well now.
Yeah.
It's
also
Mel
Sho'nuff
Brooks.
dropped the N-word every time he was
true, by
on
the way.
screen, like
100% true.
aggressively.
Yeah,
like he
totally.
just showed up to drop the N-word, give like the Miami Vice Tubbs crazy eyes.
They all
like,
nailed the crazy eyes. There's so many accurate crazy eyes in this movie. It was
I love
ridiculous. It was
I love that.
crazy eyes across the board. But yeah, you're right. It did. Now that you said that, I do think like this does have a feel of like very New York and very, I don't know, it makes me think Mel Brooks. I'm in that headspace anyway because we're gonna be doing Spaceballs here coming up, but has that kind of like sense of humor that can offend people, but then is like so playful and interesting and can force dialogue. So that's a hard space. And as someone that loves slapstick and cheesiness, that's a hard space to be in.
Like one thing Mel Brooks always did was he used the racism to point out to counter the racism. Like he used it as like the linchpin, like the joke, and made it like basically to shame it, right? So this movie, I feel, also kind of did that, and it really was an homage to martial arts. Like it was obviously the people that made it love martial arts and Bruce Lee. And
I
the
100%
impact that
agree.
Bruce Lee has.
Yeah, I think that's exactly how Mel Brooks is. Like, again, people like, you can't make a Mel Brooks movie now. You could, people just, the way you look at it is different. But you're right, exactly right, Nat. You're pointing, you're shining the light of racism at the people to show how stupid it is to be racist.
Yeah.
I think here, to a certain extent, that's there. It's also maybe a little bit more tongue-in-cheek, haha, than trying to actually illuminate. Harmless-ish and funny, but not quite the level of Mel Brooks satire, I don't think.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you can't Mel Brooks other than Mel Brooks.
You can't Mel Brooks.
It's like
unless
John
you're Mel
Hughes.
Brooks,
You can't do John Hughes. Nobody's been able to successfully make a John Hughes type movie. You know? So he's just one of those writers and directors that's we can't emulate it, but
yeah,
it's like the characters need the three, again, I think Berry Gordy, the three guys that are outside of Some Dumb Goy, the rapping guys, like originally they were supposed to be more stereotypical Asian, and Berry Gordy's like, nope, we're switching it, we're going to make them cool and hip, which is kind of cool, right? But their names, to your point, Nat, like their names are Huyi, Luyi, and Duyi.
Yeah.
Which is really funny.
Funny, but like
it's on that cringe line real hard.
Oh,
On the line where you're like, but also I do love that scene, but mostly just in how pure and like ridiculous Leroy is coming in, and he's wearing like his like hiding outfit, so he's in like normal clothes, but for him feels like a costume, and he's like trying to practice the different voices, and all
like
of them
an American
are phenomenal.
accent.
Yeah.
Hey, my man, what it look like?
Yeah.
Which is so funny because of like you were born and before you went to the dojo with the master, you spoke with an American accent. We know your family.
Yeah, we
know that
your family.
this is not your natural accent.
Exactly. Yeah. He's
so funny.
I
love how those
so
three
charming.
also seem very stereotypical New York for the 80s.
Yeah.
Totally.
Like just them standing on the street corner and rapping and not really like just that whole scene. I was just like, it seems very stereotypical New York, you know?
With the boom boxes. And,
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that is worth. In my notes, this is one of those movies where New York really does feel like a character, like 1980s New York. It is in itself
It always
a character
is.
in this. It always is, but not as well done as this one. There's a few others where it plays a character really well, but like something I don't know something I did not go to New York in the 80s, so I have no concept as to it, but I know a few of you have, and but there was like the idea of these like. I don't know, the theaters, the graffiti, the music culture, the boom boxes, like it feels, I don't know, like a positive, this is probably a terrible way to say it, but like in the way that like Gotham City and Batman feels like this over the top, crazy, like negative caricature, like New York 80s is just like, I would like to be friends with that guy. Like it's just like it comes across as just this like wonderfully, I don't know, like badass Sesame Street version of itself, where you're like, this just looks like fun and like gritty in all the best ways, like not in which I know is a counter to like a lot of what we think about as of New York City from that era, but movies like this really make it feel like a very special, unique place, which I think it is. But I loved what they did with the city. How accurate is it, Jonathan? Were you when were you there?
I was there exactly that time. Literally, I was 13 when this movie came out.
Perfect.
So I was the prime time demographic. It is definitely a positive spin on it.
Yeah.
I think New York was a bit more gritty, but like in my old nostalgic viewpoint, yeah, it could have been like that. This with the pizzerias and the people walking around and all that. It's not necessarily accurate, but if you put it like you squint really hard, I can see it.
It's like a rosy
Still to this
sunglasses
day,
version.
the best slice of pizza I ever had was in New York at
Yeah.
Pronto's Pizza.
Pronto's Pizza.
Like,
Yeah.
I think about it all the time, and I like that was the 90s.
Yeah.
I did also like drip off like 3 cups of grease off of it before I ate it, but it
Worth
was
it.
literally the most delicious pizza I've ever had.
For any New Yorkers out there, L&B Spumoni Gardens in Brooklyn is my
Is your
favorite
go-to?
pizza.
Your go-to. Kathy is saying that movies with New York as a character. Taxi Driver, Fame, yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Coming to America, yeah. There are a bunch of them. I was trying to think. We did one recently. It wasn't Fame, where New York really felt like almost like the
did do
equivalent.
Fame.
No, I know we did, but I remember Fame. But there's another one in the back of my head that I can't remember, where New York like was a really big feature.
Oh,
Coming to America is a good one. That's another good representation of
very good movie.
of New York in a very positive, kind way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, we need to talk about the soundtrack and about music and MTV Energy and Motown and martial arts. Is this secretly one of the best 80s soundtracks? It feels like it might be. Like it's so good. I don't like there's
I think Rhythm of the Night by itself will elevate it to like a top 10.
Yeah.
I will say, listening to it again, there are some bangers in there. There are also some stinkers in there. I think Seventh Heaven is it's just a weird song. I don't know. I every time I watch it, that's super cringe. I'm like, what is she doing? What's with the voices? And even the first song, The Last Dragon, it's actually, people love it or hate it. It's very, very binary. I think it won a Razzie Award because people hated it so much. I think that song rules. I think it's perfect for the movie.
Yeah, I literally was thinking, I'm like, we don't have movies that make songs for the movie, like title songs for the movie anymore.
Bring that back. That was
Like,
the best.
yes.
Yeah. I felt
Like, but don't use AI to do it. Like, actually do it.
Song, hire actual people. I felt like even the songs that maybe if I was listening to it like away from the film, like if I was just listening to the music, I agree with you that there were like songs that were incredible and songs that I would have been like skip, or like I'm only half listening to, not great. But in the context of the movie, like that music carried all of those scenes, and mixed with those like, I don't know, just like these like dance fight numbers, like all of the dancing and the movement felt like martial arts scenes in like in subtle ways. There was something about the music and the movement and the physicality of this one. Even the terrible songs, I'm like, I don't know, they're not bad in the context of this movie. Like they hit.
There was one song. It was just weird. Like you said, after his girlfriend leaves and he's running the DJ booth. There's a song by a singer called Charlene called Fire, and everyone's going nuts for it. Have you guys? I've never even heard of her before, but they really tried to push her in this movie.
I've heard of I feel like I've heard of Charlene, but I'd have to look it up to confirm that it's who I'm thinking.
Was she the
Yeah.
was she
I
the
will.
Jetsons girl? What was the Jetsons movie singer where she was like it was one name like that? Josh would remember if he's still hanging out with us here. There was like it's probably not, but it was like a singer that was just one name like that. It was like central, and you were expected to know who she was, and we were like maybe.
It is Charlene that I'm thinking of. I
It
have
is.
heard of Charlene, and I've performed one of her songs at karaoke several
Oh,
times.
What
There you go.
song now?
What song? Yeah.
Never been to me.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So yes, I did know Charlene.
There you go.
And Vanity, who plays
Yeah.
Laura, is a popular Canadian, or was a popular Canadian singer songwriter.
Tiffany.
and model
Prince
Yeah.
girl
actor.
too, right? She was a
Different.
Prince girl, I think.
She was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
I'm like, clearly, look at the look.
Yes, of course.
Maybe it was Streets of Fire. Kathy's suggesting all the top 80 soundtracks for her. Streets of Fire, Eddie and the Cruisers, Top Gun, Footloose, yeah, Flashdance.
I do think about Streets of Fire often. I do listen to that soundtrack on the regular, which I love. It's like one of the worst performing movies of all time, but
It's all right.
one of my favorites.
Everyone's allowed to like what they like. That's the rule of the show.
Yep.
Paul is saying El DeBarge's song Rhythm of the Night, which is prominently featured in this movie, peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 1 on the Billboard R&B charts.
I insisted that song be played at our wedding.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
It's great. It's like,
So good.
it's so good.
So good.
It's absolutely
And
amazing.
the video, by the way, to your point, Katie, that video was peak 80s. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
everything about that video is 80s.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was actually watching the movie. I didn't remember that El DeBarge was in it, and then when it's like, and she's like, "And welcome," I was like, "What? Wait, what?"
You're like, wait.
Okay, I'm sat now. I'm gonna watch this. I'm like, what's happening?
Like no longer distracted at
Like
all.
they're really there. Then I realized all the cameos that are in this. It's like, okay, no, these people are showing up. Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty intense. It's great.
Whitney Houston auditioned for this role and for the role that Vanity got, which again,
Totally.
like, she would have been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, I think Vanity
And-
did a fabulous job, but yeah, that would have been hilarious.
And I read that Wesley Snipes, Mario Van Peebles, Lawrence Fishburne, and Denzel Washington all auditioned for Leroy.
Wow. I'm
Good.
glad they went the route that they did.
And good for him for
But
taking that. Can you imagine if
Those
like
would have been really good.
if you got that role after all of those people auditioned and you had never been in a movie before? That's awesome. Like the I don't know, the power. He
I
plays
guess the
it
martial
so
arts
well.
spoke for it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
put him over the top.
He plays the
Mind
character
you,
really well.
I like Wesley Snipes also was known for martial arts.
True.
True.
Would have been
And I do
different.
think about the Blade soundtrack very often as well. Like I
Blade
literally have that song in my head all day today from
Mhm.
Blade.
She was originally supposed to be in Purple Rain, Vanity. Still talking about
Yeah.
Vanity here.
Oh.
And Charlene, as herself in the music video for Fire, she didn't record again for 18 years following this film's release. Oh,
She made
no.
so much money
I
off
know.
of this movie.
Loaded. She took a very big chunk of that 30 million right to the bank. Right to the bank. And yeah, Josh has said he hasn't yet had a chance to watch it, but he's gearing up to it. That's okay, Josh. You're allowed to be quiet. Or you can just talk about whatever you want to talk about in the chat. That's fair. We need to talk about the glow, Josh, though, so get ready, because the glow might be my favorite part of this movie. I think it holds up.
Yeah.
I don't think
I love that they pull from the Bruce Lee movie, like when he has the glow and how they like copy the movements, and it was changed it and made it a lot more camp and a lot more 80s, but it was fantastic.
And also, like we were talking before, like the message it's a good message.
It is a
It's
good
like,
message.
you're trying so hard to, get taught and find someone when really like the power's inside of you. That's a good message.
It's been there all along.
Hey, look at that.
It feels like one of those Disney messages. It's there. It's there with us all along. Yeah, it's a great message, and I don't know, again, there's something just like iconic about that the last like 15-20 minutes of this movie are just phenomenal, because it's this like we've been building up to this clearly going to be an epic, end fight scene. He's been so calm and patient all the way through, but he's got to save the girl and he's got to like stand up for himself. He's got to find his inner glow. There's like this whole moment. And yeah, from start to finish, those straight 15 minutes are just glorious. They deliver on everything all the way through. No notes. I just loved every moment.
I agree. And like even when he's getting dunked in the water tank and like all the flashbacks are happening, it's just everything's coming full circle. And then for a non-actor, when he's like, "Tell me, who's the one and only master," and he looks at me and says, "I am."
Yeah.
That's actually a decent piece of acting right there.
His facial reactions, like in the latter half of the movie, are great. Like it's almost deceiving because when you first meet him, you're like, oh, okay, this guy like really is not gonna have. He's just weird, and you're kind of like, oh, okay, I don't really get him at all. He's very expressionless, but about halfway through the film, he really comes into his own, and it's hard to say if it's just like he came into his own for acting or if that's like the character growth. It could be argued either way. I think
that's the character growth.
I like it. I think so. He does. You're right. Those like last. Again, like a few of those different lines, but he's got a few where they're just his facial reactions, his body language, how he delivers them. There's some great lines in this, like simple lines, but so well delivered.
What's your favorite line?
Favorite is "You're late." Like Laura's been kidnapped. She's in some warehouse after this epic battle. She's like dirty and bloodied and like people are dead. And then her manager's just like, "You're late for the show. Like you're late." I'm like, "What do you mean? Like, where have you been?" I'm like, "What?" Like clearly she's been kidnapped.
No, she's
oh my God,
late.
that killed me. I was just like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, that one was phenomenal.
So good.
What about you, Jonathan? Do you have a favorite?
There are a couple of them. One is when Sho'nuff busts into the dojo and Johnny's trying to be all tough and he calls him a string bean Rick James looking fool.
Yeah. Virtually every line that he says is glorious, but that one's pretty fabulous.
What about you, Katie?
I'm trying to remember. I don't know if
You texted me one. You texted me the "your tits" line.
Oh yeah, that was pretty.
That
great.
was really funny.
Yeah, what was that exact line? Do I still have it, Nat? I texted it over to you. Let me see if I can
It's
find
in the
That was from the girlfriend, the Cyndi Lauper-esque girlfriend.
Yeah.
That one was pretty great. There were like a lot of lines that
getting by on my tits.
Oh yeah, the
right.
bad guy was getting by on her tits. I thought that was pretty great.
That was really funny.
There were a few lines that I couldn't quote because they were so like simple, but just like a few simple lines that Leroy said where I was just like, wow, great line, like well delivered, but just like I couldn't even think of the exact like phrasing of what they were, but they were so like, I don't know, just evergreen, but yet, and yet forgettable in how simple they were, but perfectly nailed, perfectly delivered.
I also liked it when Leroy busted in dressed like a ninja to save Laura Charles, and I think that Eddie Arcane's like, "What we know to take out." It's just so random.
It was so random.
Also,
but like,
what was in the tank?
No one knows.
What was in the tanks? I know.
No one knows.
That. Yeah.
No one knows.
Why was the water so sludgy? Like it looked dense. I have so many questions
Some
about
piranha type thing, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Kathy for the win. Taimak was a favorite poster boy for Right On magazine back in the day. He replaced Michael Jackson on your wall for a time. Well done.
He's a handsome guy. What a handsome guy.
Yeah, I said that to Katie. I'm like, he's beautiful.
He is
What a handsome dude.
And it's funny, I didn't recognize him for who he was until I looked him up. And then I was like, oh, because I recognized him when he was older, like from martial arts posters and stuff. And I was like,
He's still good looking.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. He also did some modeling. So like, definitely poster on the wall worthy. But yeah.
I got to ask you guys, not to jump in, Katie. Like, I mean, some of the cameos. There's one cameo I want to see if you guys caught. It is, you blink and you'll miss it, but a very famous actor is in it for about 2 seconds.
Oh, I probably missed it. I'm not detail oriented, which I say
He
every
is,
episode.
He's listed as Hood number 2.
Hood number 2.
I saw so many faces and now I can't
place who they are.
I mean, the I don't know who Hood number 2 was.
Nope, I'm
He
not.
was
I'm not
also a
clever.
limo driver, again, for 2 seconds.
Oh, I remember that scene. Why am I not placing who that is?
Because if you don't know, you
I
blink
don't-
and you miss it. It's Chaz Palminteri.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah,
There
I would have
was
never caught that. I get so like distracted in big picture that I miss every tiny detail in movies. I have to go back and rewatch scenes or rewatch. That's funny. Yeah, I totally missed that. That's
Again, to be
awesome.
fair, I've seen the movie a million times.
True.
So
True. This was my first
You're
time
gonna need
watching
to
it.
watch it about 49 more times.
Exactly.
To catch
Yeah,
up.
You'll be caught up.
this was the person so William H. Macy was in
Yeah.
that.
right.
I definitely clocked him
Yeah.
very early in their careers. Both went on to be Oscar nominated actors. Paul, what's
Nicely
your
done.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, wait, what? Okay. Like, I guess everybody started somewhere.
And he was just, like,
it's
very,
just
like,
so surprising.
quickly
Not
in
in
it. I
this
was
type
like,
of movie.
wait. So, I definitely got that one. All right, I need to
And
ask.
the little girl was Keisha Knight Pullum before the Cosby Show.
Oh,
That's what I recognize from. She's so cute.
Yeah,
So cute.
she was so cute.
I love how she had they hadn't decided on a name for her. It's like
So
the parents
cute.
kept calling
So
her different
cute.
names throughout the movie, and like the middle kid, the younger brother, was just like, she's so confused. Just pick one name.
Yeah, I love how that was just a totally normal interaction. It was like, here are your chopsticks. And it was just like, that's fine, totally normal. She's got 100 different names. That family scene was great. There were a lot of amazing scenes. All right, I need to ask this because I had feelings about this. So, and chip in if you're watching with us live or if you're catching it later, drop comments wherever you're watching. But Gold Glow, Good Guy Glow, or Sho'nuff Red Glow? Tricky for me. I think I'm on the dark side with this one. I'm sorry for my shirt wearing this, but something about the red crackly glow for me. Did anyone prefer the gold glow?
I think you're pretty obsessed with Sho'nuff.
It's true. Sho'nuff for life.
You're
I
talking
need
about
a
him all
Sho'nuff
day.
shirt. I'm going in. I'm going all in on the shirt. Did anyone not with me? Anyone prefer gold?
I'm a Gold Glow
You're
guy.
a gold glow guy.
I just classic. Just
Yeah?
classic good guy.
Agreed. Katie,
Well,
you
that's
and
been the
Sho'nuff are on
VHS
your
Club
own.
for tonight. Thank you so much for joining. No, just kidding. All right, fine.
Katie's
I'm
like,
by myself. Sad face. All right, well then follow-up question, and for people who haven't seen this yet, for people like Josh, so the glow is something that was there all along, but also kind of like a special thing. So my non-movie directly related question for all of you who haven't seen this and want to contribute, what gives you the glow in real life? What do you think?
It's like the finisher move in like a video game,
Yeah.
basically.
Mine would be coffee. Anyone else have a different answer? Have a different answer? Nat, what would yours be?
Cheese?
Cheese.
No, pickles.
Oh,
Pickles.
pickles. Both great.
Pickles.
Jonathan?
Pickles
thoughts?
because electrolytes as well. Salt, electrolytes, and pickles.
True. Doesn't have to be a food. Can be. That's where my head went.
I was gonna go. I'm just gonna go like sticking with 80s, like 80s heavy metal music.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like it. I like
I
it.
do love an 80s soundtrack.
Oh my
Yeah.
So good.
Heavy metal music immediately makes me think of oh shoot, it just totally slipped out of my head. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures.
No, it's like the perfect example of that.
Paul's with me. Lots of coffee. Paul and I are on team coffee.
Team
There we go. We'll make these the right size. I think we covered a lot of these things. It's a favorite scene or most ridiculous moment.
Hmm.
Silence from the crew.
Mm.
I have a lot. There are several. Now you go if you have one in mind.
Favorite scene is when like the toddler from the dojo takes down that adult. That was fantastic. And it's also a very good show of martial arts because it doesn't matter the size of your opponent is one of the lessons that you learn. You have to use like what you have and like balance and counterbalance. Anyways, it was fantastic. I love that. I was just like, this little kid is so into it. He's a very good martial artist.
He's Ernie Reyes Jr. He's actually a famous martial artist.
Is
He
he
was
really?
like he was in Sidekicks. He was in one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He's legit. And by the way, he looks like he's 6. He was 12.
Wow.
Yeah, he looks like he looked very very young, but
I can never
It
gauge
makes
kids'
sense.
ages.
That's probably why he was in enough like more scenes because he was older. But yeah, no, that was a fantastic scene. You have like it's a good lesson in what they teach in martial arts, but also he's really good.
Really good.
Fantastic.
I think the whole "Hey, my man, what it look like" scene when he's just trying to get entrance into Some Dumb Goys, I just that was a quote of my friends. We used to say it all the time, and even then when he's like teaching him how to play cards, like Soul Brother #1 cards, and it's basically hopscotch. It's just so good.
Yeah, that whole scene is phenomenal. I listed a few that I think were the most ridiculous moments that just stood out to me. The pizza delivery ninja infiltration, I was up there. The fortune cookie computer, fabulous. Leroy catching the bullet in his teeth, epic. Like at the end of that whole battle royale. Not a scene per se, but again on my Sho'nuff theme, Sho'nuff's shoulder pads, that in itself best moment in the movie.
It's a character. It's a character.
And then Eddie being the weirdest villain ever. Again, like both villains in this don't even understand what they're really in for, but I'm here for it. I think that was most of them. I think that was, and then as I said, I think my favorite scene on a non-ridiculous was just the family being together scene and how just like pure that was in that
I
moment.
do like how the mom whips things at Shogun's head. And he, like, it's the one time that
flour. She's throwing the pizza flour, the pizza dough.
Yeah.
Like it's the one time Sho'nuff actually like flinches. is the mom. Like, don't mess with a mom from Harlem. Like,
why you gotta break the pizza shop apart? Why are you gonna do that? Mean. Absolutely.
I also liked it when Johnny kind of came into his own as a martial artist. Like he was always faking it, and then all of a sudden he kind of is able to figure out. And by the way, I think that guy is terrific.
He was great.
I think he was, and from what I read, and you might have seen this too, the only reason he got the part is because his sister was dating Berry Gordy at the time.
Perfect.
but he was really good.
He was like, he was natural. He was charming. He was funny. He never did I don't think he did anything after that, but he was really, really good.
Well, 10 out of 10. Yeah, I do love, I love that scene where Sho'nuff and his gang are in the dojo and are like picking a fight. And he's all in, even though he has zero skills at that time. And that, like, you're like, what are you going to do now that you've like threatened this gang? And he just runs for it and is immediately
and he shoves
caught.
the kid in front of him. Like he uses the kid as a shield. I'm like, dear God.
But
that was pretty funny.
I mean, but the fact that he did it, still admirable. He was like, what are you doing here? Oh no, you don't have a plan. You're just going to run for it. Yeah, he was great all the way through from start to finish. Excuse me. We talked about best characters. I mean, I've already said my favorite character. What favorite character? Hard to pick one.
I mean, it's Sho'nuff. Who are we kidding?
Yeah,
who are we
really
kidding? It's not even. Come on.
Runner up.
He's
from the three of us. Honorable mention.
I'll say Johnny.
Okay.
Yeah,
Johnny's probably up there.
I like the three rappers. They were really,
So
they were funny.
I honestly really also like Laura, even though she's like a minor character, but she's kind of awesome. I mean, she's a minor / major character.
She went through a whole bunch of stuff, man. I mean,
she got kidnapped like 5 times.
What the hell?
She holds her own though. The first time she's kidnapped, they're like, "Do this thing," and she's like, "No."
And by the way, you raise a good point. The first time she's kidnapped, there's more than one time this poor person is getting this kidnapped.
She's kidnapped, yeah.
I love when she goes back to Leroy and she's like, look, I need a bodyguard. A lot of weird shit's been happening to me lately. Yep.
Yeah, sure.
And I like that sort of that tongue-in-cheek, like they know how ridiculous the plot points are that she's been kidnapped like 5 times.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like the callback that she's just like, it's kind of weird.
It's been happening a lot. It's a little weird.
Yeah.
Eddie's with me. She's Vendy smoking hot. She's the only woman that made Sharon Stone look average by comparison. Yeah, she's
seriously.
She was beautiful, and she plays that role really well. I love that Richie thought that he would be able to win her over.
Like
That
he had a
the
chance.
level of arrogance and that is just wonderful.
I love when he's pissed off at his brother, who's obviously he's in his late teens or early 20s, and his brother who's like maybe 13 to 15-ish, and he's like, I have a chance with this adult woman. And then he gets mad at his brother.
Yeah.
I would like to meet her. Oh, you'd like to meet her, would you?
And
it's so funny because Leroy
his medal back. That's all he wants to do originally.
His medallion, which ended up being a belt buckle. Can we just, when Laura points out, like, oh, your belt buckle? And he's like, no, it's a sacred medallion. And she's like, okay, whatever. And she makes it special for him, gives him like a thing to wear. And then when he finally catches up with the master again, and the master's like, oh no, the belt buckle? It's like,
but
it was
maybe
all, I guess, to teach him a lesson.
she
But
gives him
I think
his
one
glow.
of his lessons
She
was-
helps him find his glow.
That's true.
She makes
I think the master's final lesson was finding balance, right?
yeah. The master.
So like real life and dojo life, but you have to have a balance of both.
He was great too. In that scene where he's like, "Where are you off to?" And he was like, "Just off to Miami to visit in-laws." Like, just great. This was just super fun. Great choice, Jonathan. You nailed it.
I mean, it's just one of those things that I think it goes under the radar a lot, and I think it deserves a little bit of attention. Yeah.
Yeah. As usual, this show has been enlightening for me because I thought that I was the person that had seen a lot of movies, and I apparently have not seen hardly any movies, or I've just rewatched the same 35 movies that I love over and over again. So it's been really wonderful, like discovering these movies that I get to watch for the first time or haven't seen in a really long time and get to rewatch them has made it's so fun.
I feel though if this was called the DVD Club, you'd nail it.
Oh yeah, it's true. If this was the DVD Club, we just really poorly named or correctly because I'm just thoroughly enjoying myself. But
I think we picked the right time period.
I had a good collection of VHS. It's just that because I worked at Blockbuster that I then updated and had like a bajillion DVDs.
I will tell you, I actually had this. I didn't have the real VHS because it was too expensive, but I think that my friend recorded off of HBO and then he made a copy of the VHS to me and he had to rip the tab off so no one could record over it. And I definitely ran that VHS tape into the ground.
That's the best. That there is like something that I know that my kids are probably not growing up with, but I hope that they find. Like, I hope that they find that thing where it's just like, there's just such pure enjoyment for no other reason than the enjoyment of it that you just like go back to as a comfort thing, whatever it is for them. It doesn't have to be movies the way it is for me, but yeah, that's the vibe of this show. So excellent choice. I'm glad that was this one for you. I can see why it's a win for me. So we're here at the rating part of the show. So if you've seen it, many of you have, drop your rating in. ChatGPT recommends we rate with lightning bolts this time. I'm going to stick with potatoes, but you could rate maybe that's the glow. The lightning bolt might be the glow.
It's the glow. Yeah.
It's the glow.
It's the crackle and the glow.
You could rate with a little karate jacket. You could rate with the crown. Maybe that's like kind of who's the master crown. I mean, Jonathan, obviously you're going to go 5 on this one, I assume, because this is your all-time fave.
Yeah, it is one of my all-time faves, but I'm going to be fair about it. I'm going to say 4 just because there's, as great as it is, there are some cringy moments and which I recognize maybe haven't aged as well. So I'll say 4.
Okay. All right. Nat, what do you think?
I think 4 as well. Just, I would like to see, you know what? I'm like, do I want to see this updated? But then also just don't touch
No,
it.
don't touch it. Don't touch
Totally.
movies like this because you can't pull it off to update it. It's not, it just needs to stay.
They'd never be able to have another Sho'nuff.
No.
No.
Like, I can't think of
No.
anybody else who could do what he did.
Like as you said, the costuming is also just like phenomenal in this. I don't think that they would be able
Crazy.
to update
They'd ruin it.
They
would
would
totally
ruin it.
ruin it.
They
I
would
know.
totally ruin
You're
it.
right.
Don't do
You're
it.
right.
La,
It's
la,
perfect.
la.
It's perfect.
All right, it's a 5. I changed my mind. It's
All
fine.
right. Well, I had it as 4. Same as you. I was like, I just rate everything 5, and I was like, okay, maybe 4 because it is a little bit ridiculous. But I don't know.
It did have some moments where I was like, ugh, but okay, it's the 80s. There's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Josh he's not rating it because he's gonna hold. You're gonna hold till you watch it, and then circle back and rate it for us. Let us know what you
Yeah,
thought. That's
we
always allowed.
recommend that you watch this movie. It's iconic.
Yeah, it's absolutely perfect. And it's good timing because I keep forgetting, but I remembered again that we need to do Spaceballs because Spaceballs 2 is on its way out. So next week, Josh is going to come back. We're going to review Spaceballs. So we're sort of moving from this level of campy into Mel Brooks campy. So join us in the spring and summer of ridiculousness.
It's our camp era.
It's our new era where we're just enjoying all of the ridiculousness. So this is a great way to kick it back off. And I kind of now want to rewatch. So like, okay, so a question, I guess, final question for the two of you. Other than this one, what would you say your favorite martial arts karate movie is?
Having seen every Bruce Lee movie,
Enter the Dragon.
I was gonna say, yeah.
All right.
I mean,
Or,
maybe the best
I mean,
of all time.
I did also love The Crow, but I don't know. Do we count that as a martial arts movie?
Ooh, Crow's a good.
I think we can
Good
count
one.
whatever we want. Kathy does
that
say
one's
that Terry
really good.
Crews would be. I think you're right, Kathy.
You know what?
He actually.
Oh my
really
God,
was.
Kathy,
That's
you're
such
a
a good
genius.
call.
Good call.
That is such a great
All right.
call.
If
Holy
he's willing to
smokes.
be in it, I will.
Okay,
play
we
with
need
the
we need
idea,
people
but
to do this. Who's gonna
Oh.
choreograph? Kenny Ortega?
Yeah. Kathy rated in dragons. Perfect. Obviously. Great choice. She gave it three dragons. So my favorite martial arts movie, and this makes me sound totally childish compared to the two of you,
You're gonna say Three Ninjas.
is Three Ninjas, which we have not yet reviewed, but hands down my favorite. And it must be because I've been talking about martial arts movies that Instagram and Facebook just have been relentlessly showing me clips of it. And I'm like, all right, we're doing this again. I've probably seen this movie 150 times and it does not get old for me. It's so terrible.
But is it good?
No, it's not even kind of good. But to get kids into this genre, I think it does a really nice job of that. And the one story...
I loved it as a kid. It was a great movie. It's kind of ridiculous that like their grandfather is Asian and they're all white. Okay.
They're the whitest white boys. Yes. Yep. Maybe she's
like,
adopted. Maybe the
this,
mother is
like,
adopted.
This like kung fu gang in LA is like these three
Don't give it
children
away
are our
now. We're
biggest
gonna
problem.
watch it.
I'm sorry. I'm still flabbergasted by this movie. Anyways.
Yeah, it's not good.
We
but
will
it
eventually
is...
get to Three Ninjas.
There we go. I'm not alone. One of Josh's best friends also loves Three Ninjas, but he has not seen any of them. There are also more than just one Three Ninja movie. There's a whole bunch of Three Ninja
Is there
movies.
4 ninjas? Is there 4 ninjas?
There is.
I think there is in one movie, to be fair.
Is that
there
right?
is. They
I
did
think
kind of.
they add a girl named
They
her or
do.
something.
Yeah, they did the Karate Kid like trend where it was like, well, we've now done a few movies with these 3 boys, so we should probably add a girl in some way. So there is one with a girl. So yeah, I'm excited. I am excited to rewatch that one at some point. But I will say this movie in particular and seeing the clips from Bruce Lee just immediately takes me back to my childhood where my 2 cousins, one of whom like posted that he loves this movie on my Facebook today, but my cousin John and my cousin Nate, every summer, or at least many of the summers of my childhood, we would all be out in the woods near my cousin Nate's house, like with the camcorder, filming the most ridiculous knockoff Bruce Lee movies, be like jumping off buildings and like the camcorder going crazy, and then like the ridiculous I will try to find them at some point, but the ridiculous like end credits that were like handwritten with like one of us singing and just like slowly sliding the paper up so that with the credits at the end. There's a magic in Bruce Lee movies that just like, I don't know, just ties so deeply to.
Speaking of which, my wife just got me Bruce Lee stamps.
Oh,
That is so cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Those are so cool. So yeah, I will need to rewatch Bruce Lee. So
He was just a whole
Magical.
thing. I agree. Just the chemistry, the charm, the charisma, the talent, just unbelievable.
yeah.
Yeah, he had that thing that like very few people have. It's like him and like David Bowie Prince. Like
Yeah.
it's one of those really rare qualities that even most celebrities don't have that.
Yeah.
And he was definitely one of them.
You can't take your eyes off him, I think is what it is. Like
Yeah.
what he's so
Yeah.
electric, no matter what he does, you just got to keep watching him.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
so true.
Much like Sho'nuff.
Awesome. Just exactly. Basically Sho'nuff.
Just showed up.
I mean, if
So now
Sho'nuff
this
was
is
good
a
guy,
Sho'nuff
he would be
appreciation
Bruce
show.
Lee. Exactly. Well, on that note, again, thank you so much for such a fun night and a fun recommendation. Hopefully you will all join us next week for Spaceballs. Kathy says she hasn't seen it yet, so you have a whole week, Kathy. You can jump in. It's a ridiculous, fun, silly ride, so it will be a good time. And then who knows, maybe the following week we do Three Ninjas or something
We will do
else.
Three Ninjas.
Who knows what we'll jump next into, but thank you so much for everyone who's hanging out with us. Jonathan, awesome. You are welcome back.
Thanks for having me on.
We will see you all in the next one. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Kidnapped, walking the scene